I'm a 28-year-old woman, and my brother, who's 30, has always been the golden child in our family. It felt like he could do no wrong in our parents' eyes. My arrival was an accident. They hadn't planned for me and weren't thrilled to have a girl. Growing up, I sensed that they never really wanted a daughter, and my fussy nature as a baby only made it worse, frustrating my mom to no end. Meanwhile, my brother got all the attention and love as if he could walk on water. My brother didn't like me much either. He was always the kind of kid who could charm adults, and he used this to his advantage by lying about me whenever he could. If he stole something or broke a rule, he'd blame me, and our parents believed him without question. They didn't want to hear my side of the story. It felt like they saw me as the troublemaker and him as the shining star. He also went out of his way to sabotage my relationships, bullying me until I felt utterly alone and miserable. Even worse, he manipulated my friends to turn them against me. The friends I thought I could rely on suddenly wanted nothing to do with me after he spread rumors about me. My parents always took his side, no matter what, and I felt like I was fighting an uphill battle that I would never win. It felt like the only solution was to leave home as soon as I could, so I worked hard and got a scholarship to go to college in another city. Meanwhile, my brother stayed in our hometown. He rented a place near my parents, and they paid for everything. They completely stopped reaching out to me, and the family group chat only had messages praising my brother for his achievements. Not once did they ask how I was doing or offer me any support. I had to make it on my own, while he got everything handed to him on a silver platter. They never sent me money, encouragement, or even a simple hello. After graduating, I moved to another state and eventually got married. I invited my family to the wedding, but they didn't bother showing up. It stung that they couldn't make time for such an important event in my life. Now, I'm expecting my second baby, and my husband's family has been a great support system for me. They've welcomed me with open arms and helped fill that void that my own family left. My parents are deeply rooted in traditional values, believing that the man should always be the head of the household and that the family name must be carried on through blood descendants. When my brother came out, they were absolutely shocked. They couldn't believe their perfect son was not going to provide them with the heirs they expected. They're obsessed with keeping the family line going, and this news really shook them. Despite all this, my husband's family continues to be amazing. They've helped me realize that not all families are like mine. It's been a healing journey, but I've finally found a place where I can feel loved and supported, even if it's not from the people I expected it from. So my kids and I will have my husband's last name, which isn't my family's name. My parents only accept family members who have been born into a proper marriage, meaning they won't consider adoption as an option for keeping the family line going. Out of nowhere, my brother recently contacted me, and here's why. My parents are threatening to cut him off financially. He's never had a real job and relies on their money to live. They told him that if he doesn't fix his relationship with me, they'll stop giving him money. Why? Because they want to reconnect with me so they can be close to my children, even though I haven't been on good terms with them for years. My brother is a big reason why I distanced myself from my family. Growing up, he bullied me, lied about me, and turned our parents against me. Although he's not the only one to blame, he's a big part of why I've cut ties with my family. He's now trying to make things right so our parents don't disown him, but I'm not interested in letting them back into my life just so they can claim my kids as their grandkids. My brother isn't the only reason I'm distant from my family. I also blame my parents. They always favored him, even when he was lying and making things difficult for me. Recently, my brother flew out to see me and cried a lot, saying that the reason he bullied me so much was because he was stressed out from hiding his sexuality. He claimed that being in the closet made him lash out at me. I listened, and then I told him to buzz off. My family is dead to me, and I don't care about him or his excuses. Now he's saying that I'm petty and that I'm willing to ruin an adult's life over things that happened in childhood. But I'm not letting my family back into my life just so my parents can use me and my kids as a backup source of blood-related grandchildren. They've always adored my brother, their golden child. But now that he hasn't met their expectations, they want to rely on me and my children instead. I'm not going to be their backup plan just because their favorite son has disappointed them. So am I the idiot for not forgiving my brother and forcing parents to disown him? Edit. My parents also want my future baby. I'm pregnant to carry the family surname. Now for the top comments. You are not forcing anyone to do anything. You're leaving them to the consequences of their behavior and choices. And your brother's orientation is irrelevant to your side of the story, not the idiot. Your parents have serious problems. That's not your problem. If anything, you can just recommend him to see a therapist because he needs one. Queer here. You are not the idiot Opie. Your brother is an idiot in so many ways, but his phobia claim is one I want to highlight. Yes, you told him to buzz off because he treated you terribly and didn't see any reason to be in your life until he needed something. That something being you and your family, having contact with your wildly toxic parents. Frankly, I don't care if it really was just the stress of being closeted. Had him acting that way, which I don't buy at all. That doesn't justify anything. If he calls you names but not accepting his non-apology again, laugh in his face as you shut the door on it. You don't owe him nor your parents a darn thing. Do what you need to make sure they stay the heck away and enjoy the beautiful family you made away from them. I agree OP cut him and the parents out of her life way before he came out. Cut all those losers out. You don't need them in that toxicity. She made his bed becoming overly dependent on his parents, and now he has to lay on it. Considering the dude is 30, being disowned shouldn't be a major problem, as he should be able to stand on his own 2 feet by now. He didn't even come to your wedding. LOL, nothing about their relationship with you was changed. And even though they are now coming to you, it's very obvious that they still only care about themselves. Let the family name die out. People like that aren't worthy of a legacy.